Chapter 10, The Intruder. Now playing as Ash. After an incredible night with Ava, you discovered Gemma tied up in Ava's penthouse. They rushed to the hospital, with you following after a security sweep. I can't help but wonder how Ava feels. Does she blame me, or worse, does she blame herself? Inside, the sterile environment and the beeping machines draw you back into your past, your time in the Special Forces. How did I end up here again? In her Gemma's hospital room, she's lying in bed, still looking exhausted. Ava's sitting beside her, holding her hand tightly. As you enter, Ava's eyes meet yours, and there's a flicker of relief in her gaze. Ash, did you manage to find anything? I did a thorough sweep of the penthouse. There's no sign of the intruder. I can't believe they got away with this. A pang of guilt washes over you, the only thing stopping you from pulling Ava in the safety of your arms. Gemma never should have been caught in the middle of this. It's my job to protect her and Ava. Gemma, I'm sorry I couldn't find anything. It's not your fault. You've done everything you can. I promise you, Gemma, I won't rest until we find out who's behind all of this. You and Ava deserve to feel safe again. I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. Ava looks at you, her gaze fixed with a mix of exhaustion and fear. It makes her heart ache. Despite all that, she smiles, trying to put on a brave face. Kiss forehead. Making your way to her side, you lean over and press a tender kiss to her temple. She turns towards you, away from Gemma, as tears spill over and streak down her face. Shh. You stroke the side of her face as you kiss the tears from her cheeks, holding her as a sob racks her small frame. For a moment, it's just you and her, the hospital room falling away as your world narrows. I told her she needed to get some rest, but she wouldn't listen to me. Gemma's words break the illusion, yet you can't bring yourself to step away, not when Ava so clearly needs you. Gemma's right. Ava abruptly pulls away, and you physically ache from the loss of her touch, proof that she's unharmed. No, I'm not leaving her alone, not after the stalker went after her. We don't know it was the stalker. That's part of the reason I came here. I wanted to make sure you were okay, but I also wondered if you could tell me what happened last night. I understand it's difficult, and I don't want to push you, but every detail could potentially help us catch the person responsible. Of course. I can... Ash, Gemma's been through enough already. She's already gave her statement to the police. The furious glare Ava sends you stings you worse than a slap. Even if it makes her hate me, I have to find out the truth if I'm gonna keep her safe. I know the police have her initial statement, but they don't know about the stalker. We might notice something they missed. Can't she just give you a quick recap and you get the rest from the police? It's alright, Ava. If Ash thinks it will help him catch this guy, then I'll do whatever it takes. You look at Ava, as if you're also asking for her permission. She sighs, reluctantly nodding her head. Just be gentle with her. Of course. You pull up a chair next to Gemma's bed and sit down. Let's just start at the beginning, and take all the time you need. Well, I was standing outside of her apartment building, about to head inside. Now playing as Gemma. You notice the glow of a light inside through the window. Huh, that's strange. Her security system should have automatically turned the lights off when she's out. Maybe she and Ash decided to swing by here after all. You fish your phone out of your purse and quickly type a text to Ava. Hey, I thought you said you weren't home. You wait a minute or two, but there's no response. I must have just missed them. You push open the front door, cautiously stepping into the dimly lit hallway. Ava, you home? No response. Oh, guess not. As you make your way to Ava's bedroom, you notice a few items tossed about. She must have really been stressed about going to the auction with Ash. She's never this messy. Now, if I were a script, where would I hide? I'll look on the bed table. I know she likes to read her scripts in bed. That all you find there is her journals and a fancy pen. Bet I can guess what she's been writing about. Her and Ash really are perfect for each other. You keep searching, but you don't find the script buried beneath the sheets or the pillows. You wouldn't think a script would be this hard to find. Maybe she left it in the kitchen when she was getting a late-night snack? Stepping near the kitchen, you notice the open cabinets and half-filled glass of water resting on the counter. Ash must be really driving her wild. You dump the water from the glass and place it in the sink, but as you go to close the cabinet, you hear a creak. What was that? You turn around and all that greets you is the rest of Ava's apartment. Note to self, no more horror movies. You close the rest of the cabinets, and when another noise louder this time echoes through the apartment. Okay, that was definitely not my imagination. The air goes heavy with tension as your heart pounds in your chest, and then you feel a presence behind you. Panic surges through you as you wheel around, only to be met with a menacing figure dressed in dark clothing. Ah! I should fight back or run. We'll go with fight back. Your eyes widen in shock as the dark figure lunges towards you. Instinct takes over as you raise your arms to defend yourself, attempting to block the attacker's strike. I won't go down without a fight. You swing for the stomach, slamming your fist into it, and they stumble back with a grunt. But when you go to hit again, they grab a hold of your arm and wrench it behind your back. The intruder reaches to the side, snatching a golden trophy off a nearby table and swings it right at your head. There's a sharp spike of pain that rockets through your body, sending you to your knees as the intruder lets you go. No, it can't end like this. As your vision fades to black, just as you catch a glimpse of Ava's script clutched in the intruder's hand. When you finally wake, disoriented and groggy, you find yourself bound and confined in a dark room, a gag in your mouth. Where am I? You scramble in the darkness, pulling against your bonds, and something soft brushes against your shoulders, a coat. I must still be in Ava's apartment, in the hall closet. I should call out for help while you're gagged. Try to break the ties. Each tug and twist of your bound hands is met with resistance, the knots holding firm despite your efforts. I need to get out of here now. Tears of frustration well in your eyes as you fight against the bonds, desperation beginning to rise like bile in your throat. I'm just making them tighter. You swallow hard, shoving the panic down and forcing yourself to focus. No, I'm not giving up. Sweat beads on your forehead as you redouble your efforts, slamming against the door as you writhe and pull against the ropes. The sounds of footsteps pulls you out of your desperate struggle. Your heart races as the noise grows louder and closer. Oh God, did they come back for me? But then amidst the catacomb of your racing thoughts, you hear a familiar voice. Ava! The closet door swings open, revealing a floodlight and the face of your best friend, with Ash hovering just behind her. Oh my God, Gemma! Ava's eyes are full of fear, worry, as she rushes to pull the gag from your mouth and untie the ropes keeping you restrained. Ava! As soon as you're free, Ava pulls you into a tight hug, and all you can do is clutch her back, trembling. I don't know what happened, I just showed up here to grab your script, and then someone attacked me. Who was it? Did you see their face? No, I don't know, It's the stalker, it has to be. Now, playing as Ash, your mind races trying to make sense of the new information Gemma just shared. The intruder hit you with a trophy. Do you remember which one it was? It was the one Ava won at the Ruscio Film Festival? You look over at Ava, remembering how bright her smile was that night. There's no trace of that now, and it makes your heart ache. Oh, Gemma, I'm so sorry this happened. The pain in her eyes hangs heavily over you, settling like a weight on your shoulders. I could have stopped this. It's not your fault, Ash. I'm just glad the two of you found me. Ava's eyes sparkle with tears as she clutches Gemma's hand, and a wave of guilt nearly bowls you over. I failed her. How do you feel now? I'm okay. I don't think I would have remembered the trophy if Ash didn't suggest we do this. Ava lets go of Gemma's hand, her expression softening as she steps over to you. The moment she's close, your arms open without a thought. She falls into your embrace, burying her face in your chest. Ava, you hold her tight to your chest. Every shudder of her body feels like a knife in your back. Ash, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so harsh. I was just worried about your best friend, I understand. Better than you know. You long to keep her just like this, to shelter her from the harms of the world, but the shame churning in your gut forces your hand. When you let go, she looks back at Gemma, her face falling once more. I just wish this had never happened. If I'd been doing my actual job and spending the night with Ava, Gemma would never have been hurt. I'm going to do a bit more investigating, see if I can get some more information. Ava's eyes widen with fear. She whips around to face you, and you force yourself not to meet her gaze. Just be careful. It's an echo of the first words you ever spoke to her, and it makes you want to gather her in your arms and never let her go. That's how you got into this mess in the first place. I'll let you know what I find. You decide to stop at Ava's penthouse first to give it another look over after what Gemma shared. As you step inside, you take in how everything is in meticulous order despite Gemma's struggle with the intruder. They were definitely trying to cover their tracks when they left. I hate to imagine what the stalker would have done if Ava had been here. That's why I need to stay focused. Amidst the chaos, your eyes settle on the award that Gemma mentioned being hit with, right on the shelf where Ava normally keeps it. Seems like whoever did this wasn't interested in robbing the place. It seems like all they took was Ava's script. Picking the award up with a rag, you put it on the counter, then pick up a fingernail or fingerprint kit, carefully lifting each one you find off with adhesive strips. Hopefully one of these belongs to our intruder and can help us track them down. You meet up with Colby at his office and quickly run him through the situation. The intruder was able to breach Ava's security system, and I can't figure out how. The system's top of the line. Sounds like whoever got in has some serious technical skills, or at least knows someone who does. Especially given they were able to circumvent the system without triggering any alarms. How am I supposed to protect Ava with someone like that? So, how can I ensure her safety? You already are. Her best friend was attacked in her penthouse. Her best friend wasn't your responsibility, Ash. She's the one you have to keep safe, and you did. But if you want, we could set up some cameras in the hall. Normally I suggest some in the apartment, but given the stalker's tech skills, they could use them to spy on her. Colby opens a page on his computer showcasing a few advanced-looking security systems. I know a couple cutting-edge security systems that are twice as secure as Ava's current one. They're nearly as impossible to unhack. They aren't on the market yet, but I can call in a few favors to get a hold of one. Please, she needs to be kept safe. What about the fingerprints? Colby clicks over to another window where he's been running the prints you took through the system with a government clearance. No matches in the system. Damn it. Still, it's good you found them. That way, when the stalker's caught, we're able to prove it was them. And look on the bright side. If they're not in the system, this is their first offense. You're dealing with a newbie. Or someone who's so good at what they've been doing, they've never been caught before. We've got to work on your optimism. How are Ava and her friend doing? They're both pretty shaken, though Gemma's doing better than I thought she'd be. But Ava's really upset. You think she's blaming herself? You let out a long breath and rub the back of your neck. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to her. She's been with Gemma ever since we found her. What about you? How are you doing, other than beating yourself up over it? It was my fault. That night, Ava and I were spending time together. So Ava was at your place. You can't help but feel a stirring between your thighs as you remember the feeling of Ava pressed against you. But you shake your head, forcing the memories down. Colby doesn't need to know every detail. We were just hanging out, trying to stay away from the paparazzi. And then this happened. You ball your hands in a fist at your sides, frustration burning in your chest. If I hadn't let myself get distracted, I wouldn't have noticed the security system went down. And Gemma wouldn't even have been there to begin with. Look, Ash, I know that after what happened back in the day... Don't! Colby holds up his hand in mock surrender. I'm just saying there's no way to know what could have happened. Maybe Ava would have been attacked. Who knows if the stalker would have stopped at knocking her out and tying her up. I can't think about that. I want to be with her and forget the rest. We need to get away from the paparazzi, studio, movies, stalker, all of it. Is that what Ava wants? Would she be willing to leave everything behind for you? She was ready to walk away from it all once before due to creative differences with the director, but I convinced her to stay. I didn't want her to give up on her dreams. Even for the sake of love? I don't know if we're... The way you looked at her the other night, I haven't seen you that happy in a long time. I just hope you can let yourself be happy, you know? You deserve to be. You nod as you get to your feet, clap him on the shoulder, and he does the same to you. Thanks for being there for me, man. Anytime. I'll be in touch about getting the new security system installed. You head back to the hospital, your stomach churning nervously at the thought of facing Ava again. It's been all this time, we're still no closer to finding the stalker. As you make your way down the hallway, you notice Ava standing slumped outside Gemma's room, and a pang goes through your heart. How's she doing? She's finally asleep. I didn't want to accidentally wake her. I'm sorry you had to go through all this. You fold her into your arms, realizing too late that you're already breaking your promise, giving in to her rather than focusing on your job. But then she's pulling away and you physically ache from the loss. I needed you here. I thought that after what we had last night, you'd be with me. Guilt settles thick in your throat, the sorrow etched into her face, and you long to kiss it all away. I'm trying to find out who did this. I wish I could have been by your side all day today, but I also want to catch the person so we don't have to worry about them ever again. I know, it's just overwhelming to go through all this alone. In that moment, the walls you've built come around your heart crumble. You lean in, closing the remaining space between you, and press your lips against hers in a tender, passionate kiss. You slide your arms around her waist and pull her tightly to you so you can feel every breath she takes. She melts against you, her lips parting beneath yours, and you taste the salt of her tears as a few drip down her face. I wish I could keep her in my arms forever. Her arms wind around your neck, and so there's hardly any space between you as you cling to each other. For a moment, you pretend the chaos of the morning didn't happen, that you're still in the apartment, holding each other. Any better? She gives a hesitant nod, and you take her hand, your fingers slotting together like they were made to do so. I just feel like there's so much emotion bottled up inside me. I wish I could get it out. An idea strikes you, and alongside it, the image of sweat dripping down her body as she smashes a television with a bat. You know, there's something that might help us both release all this tension. Ash, we're in a hospital. That hasn't stopped people before. Not that. Although I wouldn't say no. I was thinking we could go to a rage room. It's a safe place where you smash and destroy things to release your emotions. That sounds intriguing. Does it really help? It's incredibly cathartic. Whenever I feel overwhelmed or out of control, it helps me find my center again. A smile tugs at the corners of her lips as she looks up at you from underneath her fluttering eyelashes. Sounds like all the adrenaline pumping might lead to other activities. Why not have the best of both worlds? A little passion and a little release. You neighbors step into a dimly lit warehouse, piles of debris lit up by burning fires. This feels more like a junkyard than a place to get your anger out. There's an array of breakable items, row of old TVs, fragile glass bottles, porcelain figurines, and even a dilapidated wooden chair. Just wait until we start breaking things. But first, you have to choose your weapon. Propped up against the wall are an assortment of tools, all perfect. I'll use the sword, a pipe wrench, baseball bat. Baseball bat's probably the most durable out of all these. All reliable. I didn't take you for a sports guy. I used to go to the batting cages with my dad. I hit quite a few home runs. You quirk an eyebrow with a smirk, and Ava flushes, shoving your shoulder. Ash. You reach into a basket at the entrance of the room and pull out a pair of safety glasses, putting them on before handing a set to Ava. Safety first, Starlet. As she slides them onto her face, you catch sight of the weapon she's chosen. Ooh, a mace. What drew you to that? There's an incredibly badass scene in Guarded where Celine kicks ass with one of these. I've got no doubt you'll measure up. He hefts the mace, or she hefts it. Her grip slightly tense, and when she swings, she barely makes a dent in the side of an old-style TV. I'm not very good at this. Let me help. You step behind her, so her back is resting against her chest. Then you lean in close, your lips brushing against her ear. Feel the power in your swings. Let it all out. Your hands come to rest on her hips and you draw her further back so her ass is pressed against you. When you go to swing, follow your motion. She brings her weapon forward. You press your hips to her ass, guiding her body to turn into the swing. You see? As you rub against her, you feel yourself stiffen as she casts a playful look back at you. And feel. But soon, she finds a rhythm, slamming her weapon into glass bottles and sending them flying across the room. That was amazing. With a smile, you step away, turning your attention to an old TV set, bashing in the front with ease. I've forgotten how good this feels. You and Ava tear through the room, shattering glass and denting metal when a repetitive metal clang reaches your ears. You turn to see her relentlessly hammering in the hood of a car, tears glistening in her eyes. Ava, hey. You hurry to her side, placing a cautious hand on her shoulder. She whirls on you, her fury fades to sorrow, her mace clanging loudly on the ground as she drops it. Ash. You pull her into your embrace, and she lets out a sob against your shoulder. Her whole body tense. Shh. It's okay. No, it's not. It's anything but okay, Ash. Not when my best friend's in the hospital because of me. Ava, no. Don't blame yourself. There was nothing you could have done to prevent what happened to Gemma. It should have been me. Don't say that. She surges forward, her lips meet yours fiercely, pain and passion blending together. You squeeze her ass, and she lets out a groan, clutching your jacket as she gives herself over to you. Let me take it all away. Slide your hands under her top, letting the tips of your fingers skim along the bare skin of her stomach. Pulling it up and over her head, you drink in the beautiful curves of her chest while you strip her of the rest of her clothes. You notice that most rooms are, filmed, I'm just saying, Just keep looking at me. You heft her into your arms, her legs coming to wrap around your waist, pleasure sparking through you at the friction. Glass and debris crackle beneath your shoes as you stumble across the room, locked in each other's embrace. It's just us right here, right now. Her back meets a wall, and you set her down so you can lavish affection over her chest, kissing the curve of her breasts. You push past your own throbbing knee, leaving fiery trails across her skin that leave her gasping for breath. I want to make you feel good. She takes your face in her hands to pull you up into another kiss, any leftover frustration rapidly melting into pure need. You rub over the front of her panties. Uh-oh. It was a quickie. Also, yeah, she's still in the lime green. You kiss the side of her head and her eyes flutter open, full of tender affection. Thank you. Ava, all I want is to make you happy. I'd do anything to see you smile. You're getting pretty good at it. You press another kiss to her temple, this time lingering so you can breathe in the intoxicating scent of her. You're my sanctuary, Ash. I don't know what I'd do without you. You slowly help her back into her clothes, and as soon as you're done, she's nestled close to you. It amazes me how much she trusts me. I can't ever lose that. You're not sure how long you stay like that, lost in your own sanctuary, when there's a knock on the warehouse door signaling your time is up. I guess we'd better get going. Feel like you got all your emotions out? Next time we can skip the rage room and go straight to the bedroom. You won't hear me complaining. Back at your apartment, it's like the echoes of your passionate night still fill the space, even as you and Ava sink onto the couch. Not that I don't like staying with you, but how long do you think it'll be until I can go back to my place? Just until the new security system is installed. According to Colby, it's the best available. But I might start camping outside their penthouse anyway. You're always welcome to stay with me. But slowly, her smile fades. I wish things could go back to how they were last night. I do too. We still haven't gotten a chance to talk about what happened, everything we said. Can we find a way to make us work? Ava, I want to. A wave of relief washes over her face, and you feel the weight on your shoulders ease a little bit. Good. I know that what we have is worth fighting for. It is, and I want to find a way to make this work, but I'm afraid. Whatever the challenges, we can get through them together. Not if something happens to you. I wouldn't be able to live without Ava. Her expression softens as she strokes your cheek with the back of her knuckles, her eyes filled with compassion. Ash, being in a relationship doesn't make you any less capable of fulfilling your duty. In fact, having someone who loves and supports you can make you stronger. And that I agree with. As you let her words sink in, she leans in and presses a gentle kiss on your lips. You can feel the affection spilling out of her. I feel safe with you. But what if I can't keep you safe? You've more than shown me how devoted you are to my safety. I have faith in you. Sometimes faith isn't strong enough. That I also agree with. She drops her hand down to rest atop yours. The weight is a solid comfort. We don't know what the future holds, Ash, but I do know that when I'm around you, I worry less and feel less scared. And that matters just as much as my physical safety. Should I risk continuing this, or should I walk away while I still can? We're going to Europe in a couple of days, and the stalker didn't follow us last time. Maybe this is our chance to be together again. A respite from all the drama. Ava. Can't we at least try? You lose the fight the moment her eyes find yours, and your lips meet, full of longing and desperation. Your hands anchor themselves at her waist as you pull her on top of you, your hips sliding together in a way that makes you both groan. I don't want to lose this. You bury your face in her neck, worshipping every inch of skin you can reach, unable to help yourself. She pulls you back into another feverish kiss, her eyes searching yours when you break apart. Ash, does this mean... You nod, resting your forehead against hers, close enough that it's like you're sharing every breath. I'll try. For you. Well, hopefully you all did enjoy. Please remember that if you did enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. And in the description, plenty of things to check out there, ways to support, and ways to become more a part of our community here. There's also the join and thanks features on the channel. With that being said, this is my thoughts on today's chapter. It was good. I would definitely agree to at least some of us men who get in a relationship with a person where, yeah, no, I'll just speak on behalf of myself. Whenever I get in a relationship with a person, I try and give that person more than 110%. I dial the notch up as much as humanly possible and try and be the best possible version of myself for her. That means working out, trying to earn as much money as possible, yada, 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 because I want to give her the world, because, you know, she is, at that time and point, my world, right? That's how I treat every single relationship. But it's a slow, arduous journey. And then, you know, there are some relationships that just don't work out. And I can honestly say, out of all the people that I've ever had in my life, I've never ended a relationship where someone feels like I've never been enough. In all honesty, you know, just TLDR, the last relationship that I was in, I discontinued because I thought she deserved more than me. No kidding. Like, that's just the type of person I am. And, you know, I'm happy for her because she ended up going and getting married with someone and having a support structure and being okay. I just felt like there were some things that I was not able to provide for her. And, yeah. So I can honestly say that, you know, there are some of us who she was correct. You know, push us to be stronger, push us to do better, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, I stand behind that. I really, really do. And then there's some people who just slack off once they're comfortable in a relationship, and those people suck. Seriously. Yeah, anyway. Thanks again for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you believe in the same sentiment? Did you like this chapter at all? Let me know. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.